Have you ever wondered what still moves beneath London after midnight? Long after the last train sized into the depot, when the city above forgets the ground it stands on, there's another London. It's older, darker, and restless. Our story begins with a discovery no one was meant to make. A contractor, drilling near Holborn Station, breaks through a brick wall that shouldn't exist. He hears air rushing out, like a sudden, stale breath. Within hours, the site is sealed. Files are labeled Heritage Safety, and the incident is officially buried. But not before an anonymous recording leaks. The audio is chilling. The echo of a hollowed tunnel, the sound of rusted rails, and a woman's voice whispering the contractor's name, even though he was working completely alone. Investigators trace this anomaly to a disused wartime spur, mysteriously erased from all post-war records. Officially, it was an unfinished air raid shelter. Unofficially, it stored something the Ministry of Defense never cataloged and desperately wanted to forget. As a special team descends with cameras, their every step seems to stir the past. The air flickers with echoes, a child's laugh, a sharp metallic tapping, and sudden power surges scramble their instruments. The deeper they go, the older the architecture becomes. Modern brick gives way to soot-stained stone. The smell of damp and iron is so thick it's like breathing in rust. They soon realize these tunnels predate the underground itself. Some sections align perfectly with plague pit routes, marked on 17th century maps. Historians join the search, piecing together fragments of a forgotten history. They find whispers of a station codenamed Osiris Shaft, built for secret wartime trials in endurance and isolation. The rumor: civilians were sealed inside during bombing raids, not just for safety, but to test the absolute limits of human psychology. According to the whispers, none of them were ever recorded as having survived. When the Blitz ended, engineers filled the access points with concrete, but something kept breaking through. Soon after, train operators started filing bizarre night reports. They'd see phantom platforms flashing past their windows in the darkness. Signal lights would turn amber in completely dead zones. Intercoms would crackle to life with Morse code, spelling out a single, desperate word: HELP. In the 1970s, a driver swore he saw a crowd of passengers waiting on a platform where no station existed. He described them vividly: soldiers, nurses, and a mother clutching a child in a gas mask. His supervisors blamed fatigue. The man resigned the next morning and never drove a train again. 40 years later, a transport for London intern, tasked with digitizing old archives, uncovers a set of microfilms, labeled Civil Defense Casualty, unverified. The names on the list match those reported missing from a shelter collapse in 1943. One photo is attached. It shows a platform, benches intact, with a chalked message scrolled on the wall: "Still here." When the image circulates online, the government issues a takedown notice, citing the misuse of sensitive imagery. Of course, this only fuels the obsession. Journalists, armed with motion trackers and thermal drones, descend into the known tunnels, determined to find the truth. Their first live broadcast lasts just 12 minutes before the signal dies. When the recovered footage is reviewed, it's deeply unsettling. Their flashlight beams appear to bend around an unseen corridor. Their shadows stretch against geometry that shouldn't exist. Audio specialists analyzing the recording detect overlapping heartbeats, multiple sources, but no living bodies are present. At the same time, city sensors begin to register unexplained power draws, originating directly beneath active stations, as if something is secretly switching circuits back on. A retired electrician confirms that certain feeder lines were never officially mapped, yet they still hum faintly under a phantom load. Authorities call it residual current. Physicists call it impossible. The narrative now splits between the past and the present. We have sealed wartime transcripts showing officials debating the moral trade-offs of their horrific experiment. And in the present, modern investigators race to trace the same coordinates before another government closure, or to seals it forever. At 3 a.m., they manage to force open an old maintenance hatch. They step into a cloud of dust that smells of old smoke. Under UV light, graffiti on the walls glows eerily. It's just dates, looping endlessly. 1943, 1977. Those meals synco repeating, like a slow, rhythmic heartbeat. A dusty radio on the floor sputters to life, and a woman-esque voice begins to sing Vera Lynn, S-W-L-L. Meet again. The team bolts. One of them drops his camera. When they play back the footage later, they see it. A hand, pale and thin, reaching from behind a pillar before the image dissolves into static. By morning, the hatch is welded shut. Officials announce routine infrastructure testing, but commuters swear their trains now slowed down at an invisible signal near Holborn. The lights dimming for exactly 3 seconds every single night. The train's black boxes showed nothing abnormal. Yet the phenomenon syncs perfectly with readings from paranormal sensors placed by urban explorers. Academics propose a rational theory: underground pressure waves reflecting off sealed chambers, but even they admit the timing is too exact always. The same hour, always the same sudden chill in the air. Modern London thrives above, oblivious, while down below, the city's forgotten experiments replay like a broken film reel. Hackers leak internal memos from Transport for London warning of auditory contamination among maintenance crews. Workers report hearing commands from intercoms that are physically disconnected from the power grid. Some quit. Others start writing the same phrase on the tunnel walls. They never left. The ministry tightens all access. The press moves on to other stories. But a strange pattern emerges. Every attempt to permanently seal the site coincides with minor blackouts across central London, as if the grid itself resists the silence. Scientists from a private contractor attempt to ground the residual electrical charge. Their instruments record temperature drops of 11 degrees in seconds and magnetic spikes equivalent to a defibrillator discharge. One camera captures a silhouette dotting across a sealed archway, followed by a whisper captured on 3 separate microphones. "Don't seal us again." Analysis reveals it's not human speech, but overlapping frequencies mimicking language. Then, descendants of the wartime engineers come forward with old family diaries. The entries describe live trials under Holborn 50 volunteers, unpaid volunteers who were never seen again. A new theory spreads. Maybe the haunting isn't supernatural at all. Maybe it's human death. Echoes of a guilty conscience, looping forever through miles of conductive metal. But as evidence piles up, so do the disappearances. 2 historians vanish after requesting entry to the archive. Their phones later ping from deep within the tunnels, in areas with no known access points. Authorities dismiss it as a GPS error, but recovery teams refuse to enter. Even the machines seem uneasy. Maintenance robots lose their signal, camera lenses fog over instantly, and digital timestamps inexplicably skip minutes ahead. It's as if the station exists half out of phase with our reality, glimpsed only when the city's rhythm aligns with the ghosts of its own making. In one final investigation attempt, a journalist manages to smuggle a sensitive microphone through a small drain vent. The recording captures a constant, low hum, like a person breathing. Then, faint conversation voices repeating passenger announcements from decades ago. Then, silence. And right at the very end, a clear whisper. Next stop is home. Engineers later confirm that particular line hasn't been powered since 1952. The journalist releases the audio anonymously and vanishes from social media. Now, commuters on the central line claim to feel a sudden pressure change, as if another train is passing parallel to them through unseen tracks. Tourists laugh it off as a quirk of the old system. But locals know to avoid the last carriage after dark. Those who listen carefully say the whispers they hear on the breeze match the names from that missing casualty list. History books may omit the chapter, but the city remembers through vibration, through light, through fear. Perhaps that's London's greatest secret. A city built on so many layers of memory that, eventually, they start talking back. And somewhere, behind a welded door, under a network that never stops breathing, a hidden platform waits neither alive nor dead, but listening. So next time you're on Titube and the lights flicker and the tunnel grows colder, ask yourself, is it just a power fluctuation? Or is London trying to tell you its story again? The story of the haunted station, beating like a secret heart, right beneath your feet. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this journey into the dark, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next descent into the unknown. Stay safe out there.